Woman finds out husband is cheating on her, then realizes who he's cheating with. He was still acting weird, especially around his phone. He'd often give out to her for looking at it. Maybe she was being too sensitive. She was pregnant after all. Those hormones can play tricks on your mind. But she couldn't play down the warning signs forever. Finally, she accepted what she always knew in her gut. He was cheating. All she had to do was find the proof. Lauren Smith met her future husband-to-be when she was 19 years old in a pub they both happened to be in. After chatting together for hours, he asked for her number and she excitedly gave it to him. She thought this was going to be something special, and she was right. But it would be special for all the wrong reasons. Everything played out like scenes from a movie at first. He was romantic and caring, and every day they spent together felt like an exciting journey into a new chapter of life that she had always dreamt of. Before long, she fell madly in love, and over the next 6 months, she was absolutely sure he was the one. And then something unexpected happened. When she found out she was pregnant, Paul proposed. She was engaged and expecting before she knew it, and she was happier than she ever thought possible. She had always wanted to be a mom, and to be starting a family with the person she loved most in the world felt like a dream. But soon, it went into a living nightmare. Lauren had always been close with her mom, which is why she was the first person she told about her good news. Her mom was so happy for her that she offered to sponsor their wedding, as she knew Lauren and her fiancé didn't have enough money. Lauren was extremely touched by her mom's gesture and accepted her $19,000 wedding gift without hesitation. A decision she'd later regret. Like everything in their relationship so far, the wedding felt a fairy tale. Lauren couldn't believe her luck, and it was all thanks to her mom. She decided she needed to give something to her mom in return, so she invited her to their honeymoon. People thought she was crazy, but Lauren never felt more sure about anything. Her new husband agreed. Lauren was with the two most important people in her life. As they drove around the sunny streets of their honeymoon location, Lauren noticed how well her husband and mom got on together, and she loved it. They were always joking around together. It was fun for Lauren to watch. But as the days went on, Lauren noticed something else. Something no one would want to see. She noticed a change in her husband. He started to act strange and distant. She thought that maybe he was just getting tired of her mom always being in the way. One day, she even walked in on her mom in her room with him. Her mom said she was looking for her, but Paul answered the door, and so they chatted for a while. Paul looked annoyed then, she thought. After the honeymoon, however, Paul was still acting weird. Especially around his phone. He'd often give out to her for looking at it. Blaming her pregnancy hormones, she ignored the signs until her intuition was screaming at her. Finally, she accepted that he must be cheating, and she swore she'd get revenge. Whoever he was cheating on her with would pay. So she started looking for evidence. She talked to her younger sister about it, who lived at home with her mom. And soon, they devised a plan. Her sister was going to call Paul off her mom's phone and ask for Lauren, so that Paul would have to answer and give his phone to her to talk. She'd go into another room, chatting loudly while secretly going through his messages. But their idea wasn't about to go as planned. Lauren's sister found her mom's phone and began searching for Paul's name when she received an unexpected message. She opened the incoming message on her mom's phone, and her jaw hit the floor. She couldn't believe what she just read. Taking a deep breath, she read through the chat history and immediately called Lauren. What did she see? Lauren's sister found a stream of texts between her mom and Lauren's husband. There was no doubt that Lauren's husband was cheating on her with her mom. Distraught, Lauren confronted them both, and they quickly denied her accusations. But the evidence was irrefutable. Her world was falling apart, but what happened next would leave everyone shocked. Lauren was livid. She kicked her husband out of their apartment, telling him to find somewhere else to live. But she never imagined that he'd run straight to her mom's house. Lauren was living in shock. She distanced herself from her mom and her family. The next time she was 4 months later. She bumped into her on the street and noticed something horrific. Her mom was pregnant. Her mom was pregnant with her husband's child. Suddenly, she realized she was still technically married to this man. She raced home that evening and filed for a divorce. She wanted him and her mom out of her life. She never wanted to speak to either of them again. But there was just one small problem. She was about to give birth to his child. And that wasn't all. A few months later, she received an invitation in the mail. It was an invitation to her mom's and ex-husband's wedding. The date of the wedding was exactly 1 year and 1 day later than the time she had married him. She attended the wedding for her newborn daughter's sake, but felt nauseous the whole way through. Her mother apologized, but her ex-husband, now stepfather, never did. What a story.